Hey, Bruce, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's such a pleasure and honor, really, to have the opportunity to speak with you this morning, my friend. And what a journey you've had over the last few years, to say the least. From a guy who's just kind of living his life, been through some pretty rough times. Then you get kind of stopped by a director because she wants to make a movie about your life, and then you end up at the Academy Awards. Seriously,
Yeah.
dude, are you kind of pinching yourself over all of this?
Yeah, it's been super wild. It's been wild. You summed it up perfect though. So
For people who don't really know about you, Bruce, because we want them to know about your story, tell me a little bit about um, why Smriti wanted to make a film about you. Tell us a little bit about what the film follows.
okay, so Smriti, she read an article, a profile that was done on me in the St. Louis Post Dispatch, that talked about from protest to politics. In 1991, my brother was killed. He was used as a human shield. He was 9 years old. And I've been through a lot of gun violence in my life, but nothing truly sparked me, to get into the work. And so August 9th, 2014, Michael Brown was killed. My son was turning one. That was my gut punch. That was my wake up call, unfortunately. And I took to the streets. And I wasn't an activist or protester before then, but we all quickly figured it out. I began organizing, creating organizations, mentoring, doing a lot of things in the community. And my community asked me to run for office. And I knew not that much about running for office, but I answered when the community called. So I ended up running for office and hard fought battle, but we won. We got some things done, fought at all costs, and now here we are.
Yeah, truly, truly amazing, and good for you because one of your most important things that you get across to is storytelling is your superpower, and it's so how
Absolutely.
so true is that because when we get to hear people's stories and what they get to do, and it also so rings true for you.
Oh,
it was so important
absolutely.
for you, I think, to share this with everybody.
Oh, absolutely. I think I tell people your lived experience trumps everything. People never know what you're going through, and the way you articulate it, the way you project it. It has the power to change people's lives. A story has the power to reshape the total trajectory of somebody's life. If they hear something that's captivating, if they hear something that's recognizable, if they hear something they can grasp onto. And that's what I'm glad that this film kind of portrays that. It's just this power of telling your story and using your story as your superpower to move forward.
Absolutely. The directors, one of who is Sami Khan. He is Canadian. I'm talking to you from Toronto, so we're so proud of him here.
Yeah.
How did you gain their trust? They come to you, they want to make this, but you're kind of like, well, who am I? I want to know what it was about them that you thought, okay, I'm going to trust you to tell the
Mhm.
right story.
I think it was at first I was reluctant. I was like, oh no, more, cameras and nah, we're not doing that. And to her credit, my best friend and legislative assistant at the time, Danielle Spradley, she was like, "Hey, you need to do this." And I was like, "All right, we're doing this." So when I finally talked to Smriti, she was like, "Listen, I don't want to tell your story. I don't want to shape some convenient narrative. I want you to tell your story. I just want to provide the resources and give it the biggest platform that we possibly can." I met her and Sammy. I met some of the other folks shooting, and it was like love at first sight. We was good, and so we just started shooting. We became family, and I trusted them with every part of my life, my family, my work, my ups, my downs, my mental health, and they did an amazing job of just showing that.
Yeah, they sure did. And I wanted to ask, I mean, you were going through a real rough patch before this. They all started shooting the film and everything. And is it safe to say that making this film pretty much saved your life?
Oh yes. Not only specifically, Smriti saved my life. I remember after being done with the film, and in December after losing my best friend, he's my brother, the closest person to me, then losing my godson who was 16 years old, just a month and a half later, I fell into a really dark place. And I got a text from Smriti that said, "Are you okay?" And it was just a random text, her checking on me. And I said, "No, I'm not." And she was like, "I got something that'll make you feel better." And she sent me the first draft of the film. And I watched it and I cried and I was like, "Oh, I'm needed. This is important. I'm necessary." And it was just, from that point on, it was definitely a push forward. But the film did save my life.
Oh, thank God for that, and thank God for everything that you're doing. And just oh God, the gun violence. I mean, even here in Canada, it's starting to rise, and it's just awful. And I want to ask you, after taking everything away from all of this, what are you teaching your son?
Oh, I got a laundry list.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure. But what's the most important takeaway for him from all
um
of this?
it's a couple of them. Most importantly, it's okay to not be okay. Um, I started suffering from mental health issues at an early age, but we were so uneducated about it. There was such a stigma about it. We didn't talk about it. And I started right at the age my son is. I lost at the same age my son is now. I lost my big brother, and that was something I never dealt with. And so letting my son know, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to talk about it. But when you talk about the fight, and what we fight for, Martin Luther King said it comes a time when you do something not because it's popular, not because it's political, but because your conscience tells you it's right. So I want to get him to understand that it's okay to be unsafe in your fight, because if those who fought before us lived in this world of safety, we would not even be at the point that we are now, even though we still have long ways to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations on and thank you for sharing your life with all. This is such an important documentary for everybody to see. Thank goodness that MTV is going to be airing it, and then after that, I'm sure it'll be available for people. And the exposure at the Academy Awards was brilliant because now everybody knows about this. So thank you for
Thank
everything that
you.
you've done, and best of luck to you and your family, and just stay healthy and well, and hopefully we'll see you in real life at some point soon.
Man, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful weekend, my friend. Take
You as
care.
well.
Okay, bye, Bruce.
Bye.